Hi everyone, my name is Kate Amron and I'm a trumpet player and educator based in the New York City area. Typically I do a lot of different kinds of performing, from playing on Broadway shows to playing with orchestras, rock bands, chamber music with friends, and working as a soloist. In the pandemic times, I've been doing a lot of home recording and practicing, as many of you have, I am sure. And so I want to talk to you about some things I've learned about home recording that will make your process super helpful and clear. So there's a couple different ways that we can go about doing this. And I first want to share the options that you have or that you may have at your disposal. So the best thing is if you have an interface and a microphone. I'm using an SM57, so I'll show you what that looks like. It is this one right here. And there may be other microphones around the same price level that are options for you as well. The other option is a USB mic or a Zoom recorder. So I have this Shure Mv88 that clips right into my phone. There's also USB mics that clip into your computer as well, or your iPad. And then we have our cell phone. So this could be an iPhone, an Android, hopefully not anything older or different than that. But those are the three options that we'll have for home recording. So I'm gonna play you 3 different clips using all of those options so you can hear the difference. So this is a little bit of what my space looks like here at home when I'm doing my recording, and I'm playing directly into my couch. There's a lot of pillows, there's blankets, there's a lot of material that's gonna soak up the sound and deaden the room so that the space that I'm in doesn't sound as echoey as possible. I always love playing in churches and concert halls and feeling the resonance and echo of my trumpet or flugel against the acoustics in the room. But that's not the kind of environment we want for home recording, because when we're playing things from home, we want to be able to blend with all the other people who are playing things from home. So we need our space to sound as dry and not echoey and reverberant as possible. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind. The other one is make sure that you check your distance between your bell, whether it's a trumpet or a flugelhorn or a mellophone, and whatever recording device you're using. So if your bell is like as close as possible to your recording device, the sound is going to be really distorted. It's going to be really nasally. It might be really sizzly. It's going to sound like someone's literally playing their instrument into your ear. I mean, we don't want our recordings to sound like that. However, if your recording device is way too far on the other side of the room as to where you're recording from, it's going to sound like you're playing in another room, and it's going to sound really far away, it's going to sound really quiet, and it won't be able to be heard amongst other people who've recorded a lot, closer up. So please check the pictures and videos to make sure that you are putting your recording device in the best possible place. All right, so I have 2 last tips before you can start your recording process. The first one is to watch your dynamics, because depending on what you're recording at home, it's not going to be the same as if you were performing outside in a field or in a concert hall. So you might not be able to do your strongest forte that is like the most appropriate for that piece of music. So you might have to dial your dynamics down a little bit. It's also, or more especially, because these recording devices we're using, whether it's a microphone or your phone, are not going to be able to capture the sound as if someone was filming you, on a field or from a concert hall, because they're so much closer. So the louder you play, the higher likelihood that the mic is going to distort and your sound will come out really scratchy and sizzly and not exactly the way you want it. So make sure not to play too loud when you're recording. All right, so this first example that we're going to hear is trumpet recorded with the SM57 microphone. So here's how far away the microphone is from my bell. All right, so option 2, I'm using a USB microphone. In this case, I'm using a Shure Mv88, and here's how far the recording device is from my bell. All right, option 3 is the cell phone. So I'm using an iPhone 8, and the distance from my phone to my bell is actually the same as using the Zoom recorder. So here's what that looks like again.